Works. Hello.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Welcome to
Socially
UnSocial. Okay, we've done better. Sorry about that.
It's okay, guys. I'm lucky I'm here standing straight up with a half smile on my face.
Oh my God. By the time this airs, we'll be like weekend at Bernie's and like coming home from vacation, barely alive, struggling just to walk.
I know Missy sent me I forget which day it is, maybe Friday, the screenshot of the UV. It's going to be like 13.
What is it normally?
That's like
7?
Probably right today is like a 4, maybe a 3.
No.
Yeah, so it's like intense UV. So get ready to get your tan on.
No, I'm at the point in my life where I hide from the sun.
You're fucking weird.
My skin doctor would be very happy.
Yeah.
If we all just covered
What
up.
about your therapist? Wouldn't she be happy that you're getting fucking vitamin D?
Not that much of it.
I don't think you can OD on natural vitamin D. We're very deficient that we live in the Midwest. I don't think we can OD on vitamin D.
Sure.
Anyone out there? Do you know? Fact? Fiction?
Well, we are a few days away, or when we're recording this, we are about to go to Cabo. So by the time this airs, we have landed and we're back. Can you please just check on us? Send some coffee.
Wait,
What?
when this airs,
Yeah, it's Monday.
yeah, we'll already be home.
I know. We'll be landed. Like, we get back late Sunday night.
7 o'clock. We'll just be landed. You make it sound like we're landing at 3 a.m.
Do I? 7 is late for me. It's a whole extra day.
Okay. Well, there's a time change.
There is?
I guess so. I was very confused too, but Anna said because we're on the west side or something, there's a time change.
Interesting.
So we're on like California time. Interesting. I know. Yeah, I know you guys are so stoked to hear about the time change and this vacation that you're not going on.
Everyone's like, we're over it.
I'm sorry. I'm just an asshole. I'm an asshole today. I'm an asshole this week. This is what happens before I go on vacation because I get all freaking anxious because of work and everyone wants to bother me. So I feel I don't know. I think I need a timeout and I need to be put in a box.
I've been watching you. They have a box in the basement.
No, I finished it.
You did?
Yeah. Are you guys watching it?
I really like it.
I kind of thought it was going to go one way, and then I was like, okay, it went another way, and it kind of ended like it should have.
Good.
But then I feel like it did leave it open if there maybe wants to be a sequel, but maybe not with him.
Whoa. I don't know. I love him. Here's the thing. If you can make us care about a murderer, that
I don't care about him.
You don't like him?
Like,
You don't really care about him?
You know
I think
what?
he's great. I'm like rooting for him.
He's a great actor. You're rooting for a guy who's killed how many people?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
it's fantastic casting with Penn Badgley.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
But you know what I was thinking about the last couple episodes is like, okay, again, I'm nuts, but he wears his pants so high up.
Never noticed.
Look at him. Like, it's just so weird. It feels like his shirt is tucked in and it's like...
I think maybe he has long legs and a short torso.
Maybe. It's just weird. Like, that just kept jumping out at me the last couple episodes I was watching. But no, he's very good. But I also don't feel sorry for him because he's a fucking narcissist. Everything happens to him.
Right?
So you feel bad for him.
No, I don't feel bad for him.
You want him to, like, fall in love and find someone?
I don't want him to get caught. I don't want, like the way that this is playing out, I feel really bad for him.
So now if anybody you loved committed a crime, you'd protect them?
That's a good question. It depends what crime, and it depends how much I love them. I mean, would you, it literally depends on what crime.
It would be, yeah, it's definitely circumstantial, but so last night I watched The American Family Murder or something, and when I watched this girl on Instagram say, like, this is a documentary that left her, like, I don't know which way it can go either way. Like, was it the husband or was it the wife? And so I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, definitely the wife is crazy. Like, she and her dad definitely killed him and made up a story, the husband. Mm-hmm. Well, then they present a whole nother swarm of evidence and you're like, oh shit, maybe he was abusive and maybe their story was correct. Oh. So It's very interesting. One of the few ones that got me a little like, okay, I don't know which way to go, who's telling the truth or not. I'm still kind of siding that the wife was crazy and they planned the murder of the father. So if you guys have watched that too, I'd be very interested to hear on your take on that.
Wow.
Yeah. But
That's pretty.
so leading into what I was saying, because the father, who was actually an ex-FBI agent, so if it wasn't true, he stuck by his daughter and corroborated the story and did everything he could to help her with her plan.
Wow.
So I think that there's definitely parents out there that would do that.
I mean, I think that's so crazy to think about because I've been on this kick lately ever since last week of like, how do we enable our kids and how do we not like basically save them from their own suffering, from their, I was just talking to somebody who was like, oh, my kid's being bullied. And someone was like, well, I would pull my kid right out. And it's like, yeah, you think, okay, you would pull them out of that, friend group or school function or activity or team if they're being bullied to save them from the pain of being bullied, or like, they kind of get tough skin. They learn how to deal with people. They learn like kind of, I mean, you don't want it to happen too young where it's like life smacks them across the face and it's like, well, that's life. Life is, people are mean, but there comes a time where you can't save your kids. And if they've done something that wrong, I think no matter what, I would try to save my kids from everything.
Right. I feel like you have to show up and help them. I feel like enabling is another word. And I know we had talked about this, probably not on the podcast. This was before or after last week, but it made me start thinking because I feel like I've enabled probably my friends and family to keep up with their life and how they've been living and not take responsibilities for their actions. But I was also thinking just like so stupid, like minimal thinking like, okay, not that Jay has enabled me, but there's certain things that he takes care of at the house, right? And there's certain things I take care of at the house. Now, say he would die. Some of those things that he takes care of, I don't know how to do them because he does them, right? It's like silly things. But it's like maybe he should be teaching me, okay, this is how I do it and what I do it just in case. So at least you know how to do it. Because if you take this and spin it around to every life perspective, if you're doing that for your kid and not making them actually do it, they're never going to learn and they're not going to know how to do it. So then the enabling process becomes like damaging.
100%. Well, especially, seeing my mom who's lost my dad. So like say like if it's death or divorce or whatever it is,
Murder.
It is, or like they go out on vacation or something, like how do you keep up with the things that are being done for you? I feel like I'll just deal with it when it happens. Like life is hard. You need all the help that you can get. Like a week or two ago, someone asked me about like our accountant asked me about taxes and I was like, I don't know. Let me ask Mike. And, she got her like mom voice on and was like, Patty, you should really know all that. You shouldn't be going to Mike. And I was like, I'm good. Like there's so much going on in my brain that I'm trying to file already. I don't have a file for taxes. I just go to Mike, It's
no,
easier.
but I totally get that because it's the important stuff. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it because if you're talking about it, it means that one person, like the death. No one wants to talk about death.
Oh, God, get over it.
So people get weird,
Well, you can talk about it and have a plan and a will and do all that, like, stuff that people don't like discussing. But there's some things that it's like, deal with it when it comes. You're fine.
Yeah, so deal it. On top of burying your husband and dealing with all the other stuff, now you need to figure out all the other stuff.
Well, I mean, not the big stuff. Like, get your will in order. Get all of your, that kind of big stuff in order. But you're talking about, like, things around the house. No, I'm good. Mike, you keep doing you. And I'll just figure it out.
I know, that's, like, minimal stuff. You can YouTube it, Google it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it got me going on the enabling, because then I went down my whole rabbit hole of like, what have I done to the people in my life? Did I do them a disservice? Just because I knew how to do it and it's just easier for me to do it versus to explain to them how to do it. And it's like, here, I'll take care of it for you.
Yep. That is tough. I mean, that's really a tough thing to also like see about yourself, like what's being done for you in your life that makes your life easier that you just let other people take care of. Or, yeah, like what are you doing for others that's really at the end of the day just making their life harder. The good thing is that like when you don't have kids, like you don't have to think of it because it's not as damaging, I would imagine. If you're like raising a bunch of kids and you're just like doing everything for them because it makes your life easier, because it's easier to do versus explain. Like my mom always, like she would never want me to load the dishwasher. She'd be like, or even if she did, she'd be like, you guys are going to do it wrong, I'll just do it. Well, now I'm married to Mike, and Mike is constantly doing the dishwasher, and I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. I still don't do it properly. He's always like, you're going to do it wrong. And it's like, okay,
But
you do it then.
everybody loads a dishwasher differently.
Everybody does.
So there's really no right or wrong. It's the person you're with and how they have a system.
And the two people that have, like, if your brain works one way with the dishwasher, you're not marrying the person that is going to gel with you.
Exactly.
Unless maybe, have you hit the jackpot, listeners? Let us know, because every wife or husband couple that I talk to, or roommate situation, they're doing it different. Nobody's like elated with the way that
Jay
their
doesn't
roommate
like
does.
the way I load the dishwasher. I don't like the way he loads the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
But like, are we going to fight about it? Sometimes we do.
Is it worth it? Yeah. On the long days, it is.
Do you feel like someone is enabling you in either a good way and or a bad way currently right now in your life?
I don't think so.
No?
Well, it's funny. You come over here and do the podcast and you have all your shit together. So if anything, you not screaming at me and being like, you could have had all this done already before I got here. You know what I mean? Like you show up and
I know my audience. If I tell you, Patty, it's really not going to happen.
She showed up and I still had my like collagen eye patches on, and I was like sitting on the couch with my computer open doing my emails and all my stuff. And then she walked in. I was like, uh-oh, showtime. Gotta go.
Even if I said I was going to be here 15 minutes later than I said, you still wouldn't be ready.
Well, no, because I just wait until I hear the doors swing open.
So, again, pick my battles. It doesn't matter. Not much on a time crunch today.
Perfect. I love that.
A few things in.
Perfect. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think that like Mike does a lot for me around the house. I mean, is it enabling or is it helping your partner? I don't know. I don't know.
That's a good question. There's probably a fine line between it. I'm trying to think how I feel about if I'm being enabled.
I mean, there's like the silly enabling and then there's like the serious enabling where you're like, oh my gosh, that person just keeps doing X, Y, and Z and you keep bailing them out every time that they mess up.
Well, I know it goes back. It's like a yin and a yang, like they're tugging on your heartstrings, and you don't want to see someone suffer. You don't want to see someone sad. You don't want to see someone mad. So you feel like you're doing it because you love the person and you want to come and help them and make life easier for them, thinking that is the right solution, but it's really not. Sometimes the toughest people are the people that clawed their way out of that hole, not people that constantly had someone throw down a ladder and say, hey, take the easy way out.
I know, but it is so sad to me when I think about...
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's so sad to think about, people that like are tough because they were forced to be tough. Like, I don't like that for anybody. So if I could make anyone's day like a little bit easier and help them through it, it's like, yeah, I'm going to. Like, I don't want them to get tough skin because they're forced to.
But then what's the opposite of that?
Read a book and empathy. That's what, you know what I mean? Like learn from watching other people, putting yourself in someone else's shoes, whether it's like on TV or in a movie. Like when my kids, this is so random, but if my kids are struggling with something, I will literally look to TV or Daniel Tiger or what's the other one? What's the guy?
Bluey?
Fred Rogers? What's that one?
You're asking the wrong audience. Know your audience.
No, when we were growing up.
Barney? Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers. I was like, Fred Rogers. Is that his on a first name basis? Me and Mr. Rogers.
Do you pull up old episodes? Because are they still streaming on WTTW?
No, they're not. But like Sesame Street is, like, you can always find them. So I'll say like, oh, like this is going on, or like teach a toddler how to do this, or going to the dentist, or like just like silly things that are happening in life. You can always find, and then that way when you're watching it, you realize, like, as a child, I imagine, maybe it makes them feel like they're not alone, like what they're going through is whatever, or hey, that they're worried about this, but look at this, how it plays out in somebody else's life, even if it's on TV or on a screen or a book or whatever. I mean,
Well, I think
that's how you learn then.
Definitely like a life lesson if you're going to teach them and give them the tools. But I'm thinking
Versus
it
like
more
throwing
of like,
them in the water and making them learn for themselves.
but
I mean, because what else is there? Like, there's some kids that have it really tough, or adults that have it really tough, and like life handed them something so difficult. And you know, you can't always bail people out of the tough times, but like you can still learn resiliency and you can still learn to be tough without being in those positions. Like, I don't think that my life was relatively hard. But
I just can't get over. I mean,
Like
there's
glitter?
the sparkles and like they're popping out of your head. And
taking me seriously. Okay.
I don't think I can, especially when you're referring to Fred Rogers. And I don't think that's his first name, but
That's what, okay. I'm like going off on a tangent, getting really vulnerable about like how to make kids tough today.
I know I was
And you're-
fine until the sparkles started coming out of your scalp.
I know I had them all in my hair last night. You guys, I went to Katy Perry last night and it was a great show. So many people went because I saw so many people's stories that I was like trying to go to sleep last night. Oh my gosh, she was great.
Was she? Was she very robotic?
No, no.
They were saying she's a robot.
There's one part where she's dancing with two men on stilts. So yeah, during that move, she couldn't really move like she was the rest of the concert because she's literally on with like next to men on stilts. Which, by the way, there's randomly stilts in the corner of my room.
Were you practicing before you went to the concert? Just in case she
Just in
asked you to
case
come on the stage?
I wish. There was a moment that she asked like fans to come up on stage, and they were these three little girls, and they were so cute, and I was like really getting emotional. I was like teary.
So it was a good concert.
It was a really good
And you're
concert.
glad you went?
I'm so glad I went.
Okay.
You're like,
Miss, I hate concerts. I don't go to concerts. I just think they suck.
I know, it was weird. It was a weird situation for me to hear live music again.
Well, good. Popped your cherry. You kissed a girl and you liked it.
Wait, she played that song and the girl next to me was so drunk.
Did she try kissing you?
Well, she kept trying to like put her arm around me and like dance next to me. And I was like, I'm with my two best friends next to me. Like, I don't need any more best friends. Thank you so much. I'm good. And she just kept trying to like get closer and closer.
Was she by herself?
No, she was with her friends.
But her friends were trying to tell her that they wanted nothing to do with her either?
Yeah, her friends were probably over it at this point. It was like, you know, a few songs into the concert, we'd been sitting there for so long. And then all of a sudden, I Kissed a Girl came on, and I was like, SOS. SOS. I was nervous, but no, she didn't try to kiss me.
I feel like that would have been a better story today if she actually did try to kiss you.
Okay, for you.
For me,
you, it would have
yes.
been a better story.
I came here for entertainment.
Oh my gosh, no, it was rough for a split second. And I don't get out much in those environments. And then at one point I like left my drink at this one little table, and then my friend walked away, so then my drink was left unattended. And then I was like, I can't drink it. Like that one person was eyeing my drink. I feel like they threw something and it landed in my drink. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Times are tough. It's scary out there.
Yeah, well, you don't leave your drink unattended, and a friend
Absolutely.
should know better.
Absolutely.
Strike. Strike.
I know, well, really my fault for leaving it on that table. But it was a good concert. She was good.
Yeah.
So anyways, I have glitter all over my face, and like famous last words, we were like, is this glitter going to be like come off? Luckily, I have nothing to do today except drive my kids around later. And
Yeah, they're
you
going
know.
to think you went to a strip club or you work at a strip club.
Really? With glitter?
I don't know anyone who gets up in the morning and puts glitter on besides strippers and 12-year-old girls
12-year-old
going to a unicorn party.
Yep.
It's okay. Maybe it's a comeback. Let's reintroduce glitter again.
Yeah. Yeah, I should.
Yeah. Kesha. Wasn't Kesha the glitter person?
I know. Kesha's coming to concert. Well, actually, she's going to St. Louis. I don't know if she's coming to Chicago.
It doesn't matter. I won't go see Kesha.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't even care to see Katy Perry either.
Really?
I like concerts, but I have to really, really like them to go to a concert.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lie.
It's not a
I
lot.
feel like you have. I feel like who did you go to see at the Salt Shed?
Oh, well, yeah. That was just...
Thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Like a no name.
Right. All right.
You like the experience. I have to really like them to
Point
go.
proven. Point proven. I'm like batting 1,000 this week for sure. I burnt. So the other day I was blow drying my hair. And you know how, like, it's the end of your life at the hair dryer when it starts sparking? Well, it sparked and landed on my
No.
flippin' forehead right here. And this is like a week ago, and it still hurts. But
Oh my
there's no
gosh.
mark, but it still hurts.
Oh no.
So I don't know if I did some internal damage in there.
Well, clearly there's some internal
Feel
damage
like
in your head.
haven't been right since. But yeah,
Ooh,
I'm
that's like your
surprised. I'm so glad I didn't start my hair on fire. That would have sucked. Because it literally was like a big chunk of like a fireball.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you throw the hair dryer away?
I did.
Smart.
Luckily, I had a backup.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, luckily I'm married to a fireman, so if anything bad
He
happened.
just laughed at me, like as if he didn't really believe me.
Yeah, he like mocked you. He's like, oh, one tiny little spark hit you.
Yeah, and then he made fun of me for 3 days. Like, oh, my forehead hurts.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, I'll survive, right?
Eventually. You should definitely not soak up those UV rays then.
That might be my low.
That's a decent low.
Well, I said another low.
What was it?
I
You can't remember?
no, it's just when you're showing places. So rentals, I hate doing rentals. I only do rentals for people that I know. So I double checked with these people. I had to go pick up the keys at a management company before I went to the unit to show my clients. And I asked them 3 times, are you sure these are the keys? Are you sure these are the
No.
right keys? Are you sure this is for the building? And I said the building and the unit number. Yeah. I even had to check in. I had to write on a sheet. This is. I get to the unit. I go, try both keys. Doesn't open the door. Doesn't open the door. I'm like, okay, I know I'm not losing my mind. I'm like, just for shits and giggles, I pass it over to my client. I'm like, you try it just so I can reassure that I'm not dumb. She tries it. Can't get it in. Like, the key is thicker than the lock.
Oh my gosh.
So I call them. I'm like, is there a different entrance I'm supposed to be entering in? Because these keys aren't working. No, those are the keys.
No.
Oh, wait, actually, that unit was rented and they changed the locks. I said, I was just there picking up the keys. I asked you 3 times. And you said nothing about it.
Wow.
So that just really freaking ticked me off.
So then what happened? You could
Then I had to, no, that was it. Wasted my client's time, wasted my time. I had to go big bet the keys.
No.
So then,
So there's no rented, like no space for them to even see at that point?
nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so annoying.
And then when I asked the manager of the brokerage, like, how do I avoid this? And she basically told me there's no way we can avoid this
What do you mean?
because they represent and they do work with management companies. And if she would call and double check the management companies to see if it was rented over the weekend, then she would never be off the phone. So it is what it is, basically. So I was like, okay, well, now when I see your name that you're listing this place, I'm not going to show it because
You don't
I'm going to
take the
go waste
time.
my time.
Yeah. You're actually just telling people to go show places that you aren't even 100% certain are even open. That's
Right.
insane.
Yeah. So,
Whoa. So once again, for the 80th week in a row, your low is idiots.
yeah.
Stupid people.
I just, yeah.
Wow.
No one respects someone's time. And that's my biggest thing. We don't get time back. And I really try to be respectful of other people's time. And the fact when someone's not respectable of my time, and then I have to be professional. And what I really wanted to do was just take my hands and put them around her neck and squeeze really tightly. But I didn't. I didn't want to go to jail before Mexico. But like, that's where I was at.
You were that mad?
I was
I thought you were
that
going to say that you wanted to like flick her off.
No, I wanted to choke her out.
Oh man.
I'm
you
all
were
about
mad.
I'm all about physical violence right now.
Really? Maybe you should go try a boxing class. Kickboxing.
Yeah. I don't. If they put a real person in front of me, it might help.
Like to punch?
Yeah.
One time I went to a class and in my head, and I think the instructor actually said, go ahead and picture the person that you want to be punching. And it was amazing.
Yeah. I'll do it to my pillow later.
Yeah. Try it. Let me know how it goes.
What was your low?
I mean, I had my high ready. Is that not enough?
Okay, good. You can. I like to
What's
start.
my
with,
low?
Go
What's
with
my
go,
low?
Start with your high.
Well, my high was that I got to see, the weather was nice over the weekend. It was beautiful. Then I got to see my kids and family and all that stuff. It was great.
You normally don't get to see your kids.
Well, bonding time and being outside. I got burnt when I shouldn't have gotten burnt simply because I was outside that long. It was one of those days. And I love that. I love watching the kids play when they're all like muddy from, just adventuring outside. It's just, those are the things that you don't get often enough. So that was really cool. Definite high of my weekend.
Yeah, the weather was very nice.
Yeah. And now it's just supposed to, I think, just continue.
Someone was saying it was going to be 90 on Thursday. I was like, oh, we're going to go from, 50, 60 degrees to 90. Cool.
Crazy.
Let the summer begin.
Yeah, seriously.
And it's going to end.
Yeah, seriously. Debbie Downer. I said something about, this is airing on, May 19th?
Yeah.
And I was like, how are we almost all the way through May? And she was like, yep, summer's here. Better enjoy it. It's going to be gone soon. It's going to fly by.
It is, because now in a blink of an eye, it's going to be Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to be 4th of July. And once 4th of July is over, it's like, oh, back to school.
I know. We do go back to school way too early. But my kids will, complain about school. And I'll tell them, no worries. You don't want to go to school. You don't have to. I will homeschool you. That's fine. And then they always are like, nope, we'll go to school. Real quick turns that around. But I'm like, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, see, I would just do a threat. Be like, you don't want to go to school? You want to be dumb? Cool. All right, be dumb.
I don't say that to them, but I do say, soak up all the knowledge. You guys have no idea how great school is. They don't care.
Yeah, did you believe your mom when you said it? When she said it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You said you weren't a school person.
Yeah, I don't remember having those conversations, though. I just remember, trying to ditch class.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
My high probably was the same thing. We had really nice weather. It was my godchild's communion and his birthday all on the same day. So it was just a fabulous day. I mean, he looked so cute dressed up in his suit, and he was so excited to have the body of Christ.
Oh, is that so sweet?
Yeah. So it was a really great day. He was very happy to have his whole family around him, supporting him on that big day. He just looked like a little man in the suit. I love little boys in little suits,
Yeah.
And then Beckham, wanted to look like his brother, so he had suspenders on and a bow tie, and it was just, super cute. So
that's precious. I'm so glad that he got to do that.
Oh yeah, and then I should say because now I guess with all my nieces and nephews, it's now every year we're going to have a communion for the next 5 years or
my
4
gosh.
years. So the way they lined them up, so
Wow.
this should be funny.
Oh,
And expensive.
because you're just giving him a little check after check.
Yeah,
after check.
check after check after check.
I'm Lutheran, so we don't do first communions.
Oh, interesting.
I converted when I got married.
Okay, that's where I probably was
'Cause I was
feeling a little
Catholic.
thrown off. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah,
I know.
Jay's Lutheran.
Yeah, it's great.
Really, it doesn't matter. We don't have kids, so
Eh,
yeah,
yeah, it's
it
fine.
is what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know the sacraments really. Is that what they're called when you're Lutheran? I don't know. I did the bare minimum just to get married. No, I'm sorry. I did a lot.
Someone is listening.
Well, I mean, I believe in God. And when I said that, I'm like, oh my God, what if my pastor is listening? And
But
I just
didn't
said
you-
I'm doing the bare minimum just to get by.
But
through
was
his-
it not? No, is he not Greek Orthodox?
Mike's not, no.
Oh,
Nope. I wonder what that process is like. Like if I wasn't Greek Orthodox and you're marrying into that.
I don't know. My cousin's marrying a Greek, so I'll let you know what she did and if he
Yeah.
dodged a bullet or not.
Well, I know that every religion or really anywhere that you get married, they have a little process, whether it's read this book. What is it? The 5 languages of love. Our pastor gave us that book actually.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I don't know if Mike ever read it.
He did. He told me about it.
Did he?
No.
Oh, I was like, what? I'm like, well, he doesn't talk to me about it in his love languages.
He's like, Danielle, I try to throw all 5 love languages at Patty, and she just does not receive my love.
Just to see what
Help
works.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do have to say, for Mother's Day, he hit it out of the park.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I got, first off, the bag was not a recycled bag that was in my basement. He bought a new bag to put my gift in.
Must have not been able to find the ones in the basement.
No, I mean, he could totally find them. I don't know, whenever he was like out, and it was a cute bag. It says Happy Mother's Day. It was crisp. Like, it wasn't bent.
So that was a
wasn't
highlight,
ripped.
a fucking brand new bag.
So here's the thing. That was just part one.
Okay.
So now he presents this bag, and it's the most beautiful bag on the table, you know, all afternoon. And then, but we had people here, and like my in-laws were over, so I didn't want to open my gift with everybody there. So then they left. The card, oh my gosh, I literally want to blow up what Mike said and like put it as
Did he
wallpaper.
actually write in it, or he bought a card with words?
He wrote in it.
Oh.
Which, you know, now that we're married, that's like where we go back to the enabling thing. He never signs a card ever. Ever, ever, ever. I have to beg him to like write a note to the kids, you know, because I'm like, hey, they're going to want their dad's handwriting one day. So he'll do that for the kids. And then for me too, but nobody else gets, if you are out there and you've ever received a handwritten card recently from Mike, like, count your blessings. Or it was me just trying to pretend and be a boy in that moment, but because he doesn't do it, so I definitely enable him. But he wrote the nicest letter in the card, so that was super sweet. I definitely want it as wallpaper. That's such a great idea for me. It'll be like my manifestation every morning I
Put
wake
it
up.
on your computer as your wallpaper.
I should. And as the background on my phone.
Yeah, as a reminder every time you want to be like, motherfucker. Oh, he's such a nice guy.
I mean, that would really help, because life is so busy. Nobody takes the time as much as we should to tell the people that we love them, and
Right.
that we're thankful and that we care about them.
Thank God for birthdays and Mother's Day
I know.
and Valentine's Day and Groundhog Day.
Who are you telling that you appreciate them?
Every day, every year, I get Jay a
my
Groundhog
reminder.
Day because that's what my life feels like with him. It's fucking Groundhog Day. Just kidding. It was a joke. Ba-bum-bum.
That is funny. That is really funny. You should start doing that. Get him a card. He'd be like, we don't celebrate this. You'll be like, oh, we don't?
We do.
It's our life every day. That's clever. You're funny. That's why I keep you around. So basically, after the great bag, after the card with the perfect thing that
Yeah,
written
okay,
in
come
it,
on. We're just dying to know what the fuck was this bag. No one cares about the bag.
you should. You should. A Disney magic band. And not only was it a magic band, it's like the newer ones that charge. It was the perfect color pink and sparkly.
What's like to go bypass the line?
No,
What's
I wish. A magic band is like you store all your information on it. You can put a credit card on it. You can get your ticket on it, so that all you have to do, you don't have to carry a card with you to swipe everywhere. You just go boom, boom.
Got it.
It's perfect. And I've literally had one for 9 years, and we just reuse the same one over and over, because why would you ever spend the money? I mean, it's like, I don't know, it could be $30, could be $60. Mine has sparkles, so I'm sure it was on like the upper end.
He knows his audience.
He really splurged.
I would have been like, can you return that?
No, it's perfect. I'm so excited. Like, I honestly want to wear it at home, but
Well,
that would be pointless.
But just fashion over function at that point.
No, you're right.
Yeah. No one knows unless they're Disney people and they're like, why are you wearing your magic band out, you loser?
And I'll be like, well, first off, I don't think they would call me a loser if I was wearing it. If they knew what it was,
Yeah, they probably wear it every day too.
they also wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So now are you like mentally preparing what you need to do for Father's Day for him?
no, it'll come to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine. I feel like I'm a good gift giver.
Do you?
Yeah, it comes natural.
Okay.
Also, he goes on a golf trip. It's like a quick 24-hour thing.
So, but that has nothing to do with you. You're letting him go. But do you really have to let him?
No, I don't have to let him, but it's like his thing. Like, you know, when people are like, what do you want for Mother's Day? Oh, I want to go to the spa. That's your gift. You're welcome.
So you pay for the golf outing?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
So then it's really not a
We have
gift.
a joint situation. Doesn't even matter. Which I got a notification from my credit card that he was at Disney, spent however much at Disney. So I was like, what's it gonna be?
Wow.
Luckily, it was for me. I told him, I was like, part of me thought, what if Mike just gets himself something? And now I'm expecting something from Disney for Mother's Day.
You do not know him well, do you? Why would he be at Disney buying himself something?
I don't know. That was my fear going into Mother's Day, that he was gonna mess it up and disappoint me, but he didn't. And he said the same thing. He's like, did you really think I was gonna buy myself something?
Thank you. Thank you. Mike, I know you.
You never know. You know what? I can't tell my brain and my anxiety what to worry about or what not to worry about. Okay, it doesn't hold logic at that point.
We need to find the logic tree.
Yeah, well, you tell your anxiety that, okay? Let me know how that goes for you. Go find the logic tree.
My logic will come back to me next week. Logic
Yeah.
is all gone for the next till Sunday night.
I love that.
Yeah.
What else is gone?
My ambitions, my self-control.
Here we
There's probably a
go.
few more things too rattling through my brain.
Oh, yeah. We're on vacation mode already, and we love it.
Oh Lord, I know. I just have to get through the anxiousness of the next 2 days.
Are you? I forget. You're an easy flyer, right?
Yeah, I
You're
don't
not scared
care.
of flying.
No, I mean it does like mess up my like equilibrium, and I get like, like a head nausea,
Oh.
something going on, depending on how impactful the takeoff and the landing is. But I'm not like, I don't overthink like, what if we crash and die?
Right. If there's like turbulence going, I'm like, oh, this is a bummer. Like, are we gonna, go down? But then I always think that there's people that do this. They're pilots. I find the logic tree real quick, and I'm
Oh,
like,
see?
there's people that literally do this for a living. They're always constantly flying everywhere, so I'm fine. I like flying. I think at a young age, my parents, like, we would fly, and my dad, if we had layovers, instead of saying like, oh, we have a layover, an hour and a half, 2 hour, 4 hour layover wherever, it was always, oh, I'm having lunch in this city. Oh, we're gonna go here and have some lunch real quick, and then we're gonna go. So it was never like presented as, wow, what a bummer, it has a 2-stop flight or whatever. It was always somehow made an adventure, and I loved that growing up. It was great for me. It was like that positive spin on flying and traveling, and no matter what happened, you just showed up for it and you made a thing of it. And so that's how I kind of like to travel. But I did have a nightmare last night that I didn't have my passport.
Oh really?
Yeah, so maybe as you get older, do you get like more anxious, more worried?
No, I feel like Jay has a thing where he's like, okay, I got this, and he has to keep repeating it and repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, and it drives me fucking bonkers.
Wow.
But to me, I'm like, as long as I have my passport, really, you can buy everything else. So just focus on the things that like. It is what it is.
Right. So yeah, I consider myself an easy flyer. I'm like, let's go. This is fine.
Yeah, especially too, depending on when your flight leaves, then you could hit the bar beforehand, and if you do have any anxiety, sometimes it'll just even itself out. So
Is the bar open before 9 a.m.?
yeah, usually I think they open at 6.
Oh, look at that.
5:30 or 6. If you get there any earlier, it's pointless. And I got to wait in a really long Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's line to get food and or coffee.
Actually, McDonald's breakfast does not sound bad right now. That sounds good.
Okay. Is that what you're going to go have today for lunch?
Today,
Oh, nope, they stopped serving. Sorry.
oh,
They
how
used,
annoying.
didn't they used to serve breakfast 24 hours a day?
They did for like a minute. They had 4 items on their menu.
Yeah. They got lazy. Till the robots take over.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so annoying. And everyone's probably blaming it on COVID, being like, oh, and it's like, guys, that was literally so long ago.
That's not. It's about now no one wants to work, and we got rid of all the migrants.
So
That's what they're blaming it on.
Is that what they're blaming? I haven't been out in the world lately,
Yeah.
so I don't know what people are blaming their laziness on.
I don't know. I saw a T-shirt yesterday, like the world needs migrants or something, at a store. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what the world is made on. We're all immigrants.
I'm having problems with my face.
Also, quick mention, Rebecca Black opened for Katy Perry last night. Do you remember her? Now that I'm saying Rebecca Black, do you know who she is?
Nope.
Okay, so she sang this song.
Sing it.
You're going to be so annoyed if I do because it's going to be stuck in your head all day. I'm just going to say it. Friday.
Last Friday night. No.
That's Katy Perry, and I
Oh.
love that song. Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. You know what? It sounds better when she sings it. If you know it, you know it, and now it's stuck in
I
your head
mean,
all day.
kind of a little bit, but
It's like a poppy
sounds very
Disney-ish. Yeah, it's super annoying, and it
Okay.
was her one-hit wonder. Well, she comes out last night. Literally, there's little girls like screaming, freaking out up past their bedtime, so excited to see their like idol who used to sing Friday. And then she's gyrating on stage, and she has these 2 dancers that like have this pole that says like "Repent now, salvation is coming," and then like Rebecca 3:33, like as if, I don't know, she made up her own Bible or something. I was disturbed. I didn't like it. And I just felt really bad for every parent who was now there. And they couldn't just be like, kids, let's go. Because the positions that her and her dancers were going into on stage and the way that they were talking about, it was not
kid
good.
appropriate?
No, it was not at all. And I was just like, I'm in mom mode.
But
right
I
now.
also think that a lot of moms like bypass that. Like they know what they're getting themselves into.
I don't think I would have guessed. I would not have guessed.
But you're also, I think you're not in it because you have 3 boys that probably could care less to see Katy Perry. So if you had a girl, you'd have a different mindset because you'd know even more so you'd be vested in it and watching her YouTube videos. And
well, you
seeing all
have to
these
be, I
things.
guess, at this point. You have to look at the concert and see what that artist is doing. And that's like a real shame because, you know, you sell yourself as one artist. And then, yes, I totally get that you can evolve and change and that's life. But to go from one extreme to where you have all these like wholesome songs and ideals and blah, 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 to then completely switch it. And then your fan base has to just like show up and they get a completely different version of you. It's like,
They
ooh.
have to if they want to stay relevant, if they want to stay signed with these music producers.
Well, gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
The world is gross.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, ick.
I think if I was there, I would have been like, hey guys, let's go get an ice cream. My kids would have fallen for that for sure.
I don't think if you had a daughter and she was a Katy Perry or a Rachel Black fan.
It's Rebecca Black, but fine. Fine.
RB.
You know what? Nobody needs to know her name at this point.
Yeah, she ain't going anywhere.
And the problem is that she did a remix. She like said one line of her song and that was it. And I was like, what? So annoying. What a letdown. I shouldn't say a letdown because I didn't even know that she was the opener until we were on our way there. So by no means was I excited to see her. And then I was, and then I was let down. So it was a quick turnaround for me.
Yeah.
It was fine.
You're not going to sulk in it for the next 3 months.
It was fine. It was fine. It was fine.
You should write her management company a letter.
I love writing complaint letters. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. We'll get on that.
I should. But also, like, you do you, Rebecca Black, at the same time. Like, while it may have been inappropriate, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to tear her down. Like, what's done is done. Is she going to change her whole set just because I write?
Let her.
Let her gyrate on stage.
Let her. If she's comfortable gyrating in front of 12-year-olds, so be it.
I literally think I would have, like, read the room. And I would have been like, hey, guys, we're going to do, like, dance option
Do
B.
you know how many times they practice and they have this choreographed down to, like, the second?
Well, it wasn't great. So I was literally, like, standing up there thinking, you knew you were going to be in an arena, and this is what you're bringing.
But look, it worked because now we're talking about this
Ugh.
person that we have no clue who the hell she is. We've been talking about her for 10 minutes. So you won, Rebecca.
At least you got her name right. Hey. Yeah.
Guys, I hope you have a very good week. And I hope you appreciate us showing up every week. Because you know what? I didn't want to show up today.
And you did.
And I did. I was almost going to be like, you know what? Our fans don't appreciate us. We're just going to take a couple weeks off and no one's going to miss us. And I don't freaking care. That was my mood today. But I showed up. Not only did I show up for you, Patty, I showed up for our 5 fans.
For all 5 of them.
I did. It's
Thank
better than
you.
having 0.
It is.
So I'm going to take this with me. I'm going to feel good about it. And I'm going to keep being us so you can keep being you.
Yes, I love that.
Have a fucking kick-ass week, people.
Love you guys.
Adios.
Oh, adios.
I was trying to
think of what it was.
I was going to say aloha.
You could.
Adios.
Adios.
Peace out, bitches.